Hello everyone, welcome back to Satoshi Snack. My name is Marco from Mind the Chart. It has been a long time since we last heard each other. Sorry, I've been really busy. And by the way, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and I wish you Happy New Year already. But we have a lot of things to talk about today. Bitcoin especially, and the price action is having right now because we have a weird situation here. Actually, first and foremost, I want to talk about this one, which is a total of 129,000 option contract worth more than 6 billion are set to expire on Friday, according to the data provided by Skew. The data shows that Bitcoin tends to move towards the max pain point in the lead up to an expiration and sees a solid directional move in the days after the settlement. So is this option expiry news, causing this dip on Bitcoin? It might be, yeah. We tend to see by the end of the month some kind of volatility because due to the expiring of the options. But it's not all. I mean, we are highly correlated with the broader market right now, and yesterday the S&P 500 was correcting a little bit. We hit the top at 4,812 here on the index, and then we started with an inside bar and started correcting on the 4-hour time frame, which is in the equilibrium right now. If we break this equilibrium, the S&P 500, we start the daily consolidation here. So Bitcoin started to see some weakness once the S&P 500 and the QQQ on the Nasdaq started to consolidate a little bit, because we have some broader market now instability due to several reasons. We saw about interest rate increasing for the next years, a tapering, and Evergrande, and a lot of stuff that caused a lot of trouble here on the market. But the S&P at the end of the day found its all-time high once again, and Bitcoin couldn't recover as much as the S&P 500. But now Bitcoin is testing 46,635 and just found support here. So what I want to show you here, I want to start on the weekly time frame just really quickly and show you something. So on the weekly time frame, we have this kind of rising wedge, which is not a great deal. I mean, we can proceed bullish even though we have these rising wedges. We already saw rising wedges breaking bullish. Is not something new. But want to talk about something that caught my attention here, which is this potential head and shoulder that we have here. So if we're watching this head and shoulder that it might form, this could cause some trouble on Bitcoin for the rest of the year. So we gotta hope that this is not the case. You got it. So right now this is a potential bear flag on the weekly because we couldn't retrace more than 0.38 on the Fibonacci. Actually, we got stopped here on the 0.38 Fibonacci, and we got stopped and we found resistance on the 12 EMA. So what we want to do now is try to confirm 2 weeks higher low, compared to the last one. So this is the last one. Then we had this higher high towards the all-time high, so it could take long. And then we are having this higher low once again compared to this one. And what we want to see is this inside bar breaking bullish. Unfortunately, we found some resistance here against this inside bar and we got rejected here. So we need to break this inside bar bullish if we want to set this 2 weeks higher low and proceed bullish for the rest of the year. So we really want to do that. And we want to break this resistance as well, which is the neckline of the head and shoulder, because we want to continue towards 58,000. We don't want to stay below the 55,000. Otherwise, we risk the head and shoulder to be complete. And if we lose this rising wedge, and if we lose the monthly time frame, this is going to be bearish. That is going to trigger the bear market. Losing the monthly time frame is going to trigger the bear market, and we don't want that. Once we lose, it's going to be an inside bar on the monthly, by the way. But if we are going to actually go for lower high and lower low on the monthly, that is going to cause a bear market. We're not in a bear market yet. I consider myself in a bear market when actually we lose the monthly time frame. There is no other way that we can get to the bear market. But Bitcoin, what we're watching now is we actually didn't shoot the video, but this is the falling wedge that we were having the past weeks. So what happened, we broke bullish this falling wedge, and we were watching a lot of stuff like, you know, a lot of patterns like this one on the altcoins. Some altcoins were stronger because the Bitcoin dominance still is weak. So we have this money rotation into the altcoins, a lot of DeFi names, DeFi 2.0. We have actually metaverse, a lot of stuff. They're working, intertwining themselves. So what we have in here is a retest of this pattern here, this one. So we are retesting pretty much this pattern here, and we want to find support on this one of these two, because once we find support on one of these two wedges or trend lines, whatever you want to call it, we can find another actually higher low compared to this one on the 3 days time frame, and we can actually keep on going higher. So this is a critical moment for Bitcoin, because we are actually in a potential weekly bear flag pattern. So other things, we actually managed to broke up the 200 EMA, retest the 52,000, change the daily trend, but then what we had was a broken of the 52,000 with no continuation whatsoever. So we actually, once we failed to break the 2 weeks inside bar I showed you before, we dumped, and we actually broken the 200 EMA once again, which is not a good signal, wasn't a good signal. So now we're back below the 200 EMA. I want to see Bitcoin going up above the 200 EMA. That's important, right? So if we're going to watch the altcoin dominance now, which is not the Bitcoin dominance, but is the altcoin dominance, which is the reverse, the upside down chart. It's still bullish, the pattern here. If you see here, to me, the pattern is still bullish. And this is important because if we are having altcoins still strong, that means that money are not flowing outside cryptosphere. Even though we saw some, you know, penny stocks or small caps in the stock market leaving the market because of the interest rate increasing, we are not seeing that on the cryptocurrency space. We are seeing actually, we're seeing dumps all over the place, but we are not seeing Bitcoin dominance rising because Bitcoin is dumping. So that's important. We're seeing Bitcoin dumping, altcoins dumping, but we're seeing altcoin dominance strong. So that's important to me because that means that people are starting to think differently. It's not the same market it was 2 or 3 years ago. All right. Another important news was DeFi application on Phantom locked over 5.6 billion as on Wednesday morning, according to the data from DeFi Llama. Near 1.2 billion was added since last week. The all-time high of 6.15 billion was hit in November. So cross-chain router, multi-chain in the leading DeFi application on Phantom, locking up over 2.48 billion in value. Algorithm stablecoins, platform Tomb Finance, and decentralized exchange SpookySwap are next on the list, with slightly over 1 billion each in locked value. So Phantom is going really, really good now. If we are going to look at the chart of Phantom, we're seeing that we found just our higher low here, as you can see. So we actually broke the falling wedge we were following, because for a while Phantom was trading downward / sideways, but then we broke up this kind of descending channel, and then we had a lot of bull volume here. We broke back, we held the 200 EMA on the daily, we crossed the 12 and the 26 EMA, and then we actually printed several green candles. So now we are going towards this resistance, which is $2.67, and we want to change the weekly time frame though, because we're actually having a lower high compared to this one. So if Bitcoin will start to recover and actually Phantom is going to go higher and higher, I don't think it's going to hit the all-time high, but it might go for an equilibrium instead. So that's something we want to keep an eye on. And we also are having this retracement on the 0.5 Fibonacci, which is good. It negated the bear flag. So it's going really fast and strong. Phantom, it's not just Phantom, it's all the, you know, smart contracts are going pretty good. You know, we have Matic also is going pretty good. We also we have Luna, which is pretty strong. You know, we missed a lot of things without videos, but I'm sorry. We also have Moon River is going to recover a little bit, but a lot of upper wicks. I don't like the price action on the Polkadot ecosystem right now. We need to see something more, you know, consistent. And one had a great price action, Harmony, and also, you know, Algorand is still, you know, Algorand has this problem with the supply, which doesn't allow the price to go forward. So that's the problem with Algorand. But then we have Cadena trading really good as well. Not like Phantom, nothing close like Phantom. It's still below the 0.38. All the strongest name we want to see up above the 0.38. We want to see 0.5, 0.621 Fibonacci retracement if we want to consider this as the strongest name. And to wrap up the video, what we're going to see here is the crypto bubbles to, you know, gauge pretty much where we are in the market right now. And on the top 100 coins, we have Rose, which is going strong, plus 18% on the daily, X, Curve, Leo, and then we have Near, and you know, we also have Convex Finance, you know, DeFi 2.0. Then we have on the weekly still Sandbox, Sushi Swap. Sushi is going strong because of Daniele Sesta is going to push the token to the moon. Then we have FTM, Cadena, you know, Uniswap is recovering a little bit. Kusama a little bit, because, you know, on the Christmas weekend, Polkadot had a pretty good day. Luna on the monthly, and Axe and Spell also with the token burn, and you know, is going strong. And Matic with a lot of partnership and stuff. Near a lot of partnership. So I have a parallel channel which I cover all the stuff. I am not covering here. I'm going only technical analysis here because I don't have enough time. But if you want to check it out, it's called Mind the Chart. It's not in English, but this is the last I can do. So that's all for today, guys. Hope I can make another video in 3 or 4 days to keep you updated. So, you know, Happy New Year.